Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Caliphs Burned No Quran. The non-Muslims' complaints about the burning of the Holy Quran by any of the Caliphs are based on either misunderstanding or ill motives. Falsehood has its wings. Falsehood started flying fast from the west and hovered over the eastern gullible people to spread confusion about the Holy Quran. Now many people believe and say that Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the third Caliph, edited the Quran. It is rather lying against a faithful Caliph of Allah. Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu only compiled the existing Quran and preserved it as a book. He added nothing, he deducted nothing. The Quran remained unchanged as it was in the days of the former two Caliphs and the beloved Prophet himself. But he definitely burned some poetry. The books which he burnt were not the copies of the Quran, but some corrupt copies of poetic compilations composed by mortal men. Those were claimed by their authors as the Quran by including some Quranic verses in those poetry. It happened in two stages. First, some 6 or 7 persons, including a woman, claimed themselves as prophets, and they brought out some books claiming that those were from Allah. Among those were the books of Tulaiha and of Sarza. They were defeated, and their sham books were destroyed by the first Caliph, Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And that was the first stage of burning fake books of poems. Nobody dared to bring out any false poems in the guise of revelation during the time of Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Everybody knew about the ruthless uprightness of the second Caliph of Islam. Falsehood mongers kept aloof from him. But during the reign of Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the infidels started the second phase of the fitna. Some people claiming themselves as Muslims brought out some new corrupted books claiming those directly as the Quran, and they became a bit successful to create confusion among the real Muslims. At that stage, the Caliph Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu took immediate action to protect the Muslims' faith from this confusion. He burned the false books and compiled the Quran to preserve safely. He made 13 copies of it and sent them to the emirs of different provinces of the Caliphate. In both the cases, the enemies were defeated and the Quran was protected. And now the third fitna came out to claim that Uthman has burnt the Quran. This claim is total lies. He did not burn the Quran. He rather preserved it by burning the non-Qurans. The fourth wave of fitna emerged in the modern times. This time the fitna emerged in the name of scholars on Islam and in the guise of the ex-Muslims. They have been harping on the old saga of Quran burning by Uthman. And hurriedly they have brought out some corrupted copies of the Quran showing which they claim that the Quran is not from Allah the Almighty, as his assurance to preserve the Quran himself has failed due to the availability of the false copies of the Quran in the markets. Every day more than a dozen of new videos and articles are found in the social media to undermine Islam as a false religion. The Muslims and non-Muslims got confused about the authenticity of the Quran itself. Fans of these so-called scholars and disguised ex-Muslims pass comments in favor of them and their false arguments. But the solution and the truth against this fitna are very simple. Yes, it is very, very simple. The solution is there. The versions which differ from the original version preserved in the era of the Caliphate are null and void. The Quran is not man-made. Therefore, no scope is there for any man's editing. Number 2. Allah is the preserver of the Quran. It is true, but it does not mean that he has stripped man of capacity for sinning or doing wrong. It is simple that there is a unique version of the Quran in the world which nullifies all other versions if available. The unique version is preserved by Allah through direct involvement of his viceroys, the Caliphs. It should be understood. Number 3. The Quran is for understanding and guidance, not for debate and confusion. Challengers must be avoided as the Qawm al-Kafirin and the Mufsidin. Muslims are not bound to get involved in their debate. It is forbidden to participate in any debate on the Quran itself. It is kufr. So every Muslim should reject such a debate, as and when he or she is invited to it. New copies must be verified. It is not possible in this era of satanic confusion to cleanse by burning all the false Qurans, because reproduction is very easy now. So all the Muslims must be careful about the false Qurans. They must preserve the older version and verify the new version's authenticity after buying a new copy of the Quran when needed. If the slightest difference is found in the new one, it must be rectified if the deviation is small, or thrown away into the flowing water if it is not possible to rectify. Burning should be avoided, because that may cause a new kind of confusion among the people. A new kind of fitna may come into being. Another way of diminishing the volume of this fitna is to refrain from giving any copy of the Quran to any non-Muslim. If they want to read it, they should buy it from the market. It will not vanish, but only diminish the volume of fitna. During the time of Caliphate, the Muslims never carried the Quran to the battlefields, lest it should fall in the hands of the enemies. A suggestion to the Muslim brothers and sisters: it is not wise to participate in any orchestrated debate on Islam. All the non-Muslim communities are united against Islam. They want to undermine the Muslim Ummah. Answer to the questions whenever asked, but never take part in any debate with the non-Muslims. Debates on the 7 elements of Iman or faith, whether combined or separated, is kufr. You must avoid it. The 7 basic elements of Iman or faith: beliefs in Allah, Quran, Rasul, angels, fate, resurrection and day of judgment, and heaven and hell. You should not engage yourselves in debate on these 7 elements of your Iman. Do not hate anybody. Keep the doors of religion open for everybody excepting the rogues and troublemakers. Stop arguing with the people who do not understand what religion is. Be vigilant against the ex-Muslim who seek for extra facilities from their promoters by crying against Islam. Thank you for watching the video. Thanks to everybody.